They are over! We've reached the end of some journeys. The manga for both Takagi and Ayumu have reached their inevitable conclusion. 19 volumes and 177 chapters later for Takagi, and 16 volumes and 225 chapters for Ayumu, it almost felt like they could have gone on forever, but both reached the endpoint of so many series. Graduation. A word now feared worldwide. Of course, there are spoilers ahead, so you've been warned. Anyways, the anime and manga for Takagi didn't quite go the same way. There was definitely a lot more emotion in the movie. For the manga, Nishikata really went from "oh damn I like her" in 174 to confessing in 177. It was so fast. I guess this was the endgame, but that was a quick 1-2 if I've ever seen one. True to its name though, the last one to be teased is actually the reader, by the classic confession during a firework explosion. Fortunately, it's just that, they get together, and in both anime and manga we get a really nice ending. There are a couple. If you want more closure, there's the author's other work where they're grown up and have a kid. The original series does show a bit of this already, with some scenes like Nishikata saying Takagi's first name and it getting the Fairly Odd Parents treatment.
My real name is... but everyone calls me Dad.
And we never do learn their first names, cause in every other series they refer to each other as Mom and Dad. Even more like Fairly Odd Parents. Even this series seems like it might be ending soon. It's more of the same thing, where their kid picks up their habit of teasing, working together with their father, only to consistently lose to Takagi, who's now technically Nishikata too. Despite their antics, it's still very cute, but I gotta question how Nishikata, this Nishikata, is still hot and bothered by his wife. Not that that's a bad thing, but bro, how do you make a kid if you still turn all red from the prospect of a kiss? Well, I do have an idea, and I think we all know who was on top. That aside, we get a view into the lives of other characters as well, and how miserable and single some of them are. It's like an anime mirror. Anyways, Nishikata Mini has a friend, and once again, spoiler warning. Yes, good. He has confessed to her, and that makes me think this story is coming to its end. It really came full circle to how the OG ended, and that's the kind of closure I was looking for. Their story is over, but it still continues in its own way. We just won't be there with them anymore. We get a taste of it in another 10-chapter spin-off called Teasing Master Nishikata-san, with a little question mark in there, about Chi in middle school, but she forgot the confession. But that's another story, and one we will likely never see. It really brings everything together with a nice little ribbon on top. Kinda wish the same for when will Ayumu make his move, cause as of the process of writing this series ended like yesterday. We got a confession, we got a graduation, we got an ending. It was all wrapped up with a slightly less pretty little ribbon. The story continues without us as well, but we don't really see how things end up for them past them getting together. It happens a lot in romance, yet I always prefer additional closure. So many things can happen, especially in a new relationship. Not that I would know. I just think we take the happily ever after for granted the moment characters become a couple. We didn't even get endings for some of the characters. Hell, one is just left heartbroken on the sidelines, but I guess that's fine, she was the side bitch anyways. In the end, it was sweet and it was cute, but similarly to Takagi, it felt like it all came to its conclusion rather quickly with those last few chapters. Irregardless of speed, it's at least cohesive. It's brought around, tied together start to end with shogi, and while simple, it's effective and really did bring everything to a close. Which I think the author is trying to do for all of his series. He has been multi-serialized drifting for a hot second with 4 concurrent series. Talk about a workaholic. With the latest one starting in 2019, that's like 3 years doing 4 things at once. But that's all changing this year. Obviously the OG Takagi ended, and When Will Ayumu Make His Move ended. Nishikata Mini ending soon, and In the Heart of Kunoichi Tsubaki already ended earlier this year, with the start of a love story and the end of What Is a Man. So all 4 are either over or coming to a close soon, all at once. Either this dude is washing his hands and starting something new, or he's checking out with his fat stacks after having 3 anime adaptations and a movie, along with the success of each individual series. As of October 2023, the original Takagi series alone has 12 million copies in circulation. That's a level of success most of us can only dream of. Making YouTube videos only our mom watches. Hi, Mom. Funny thing is, it's not over yet either. Takagi had a game back in 2022 that didn't quite kick off and closed earlier this year, but it's going to be re-released and be playable offline. Also announced earlier this year, everyone's favorite kind of adaptation, a live-action drama. It's set for a March 2024 release date for that one person asking when. My mom likes live adaptations, okay? If none of that hits your fix, you can always go visit Tonosho, which is where a lot of all of this takes place, and the birthplace of the author. It's just really out of the way. Like, really out of the way. Like, you need to go to Japan for that, which is like on Earth or something. It's crazy. Anyways, it is sad to see these series go, but it was fun while it lasted. Though they felt a bit redundant and maybe a bit slow, I don't think either overstayed their welcome. For Takagi, we got closure, we got their future. The author already said we're not getting more with Nishikata-san, but the setup is there if he's ever willing. They like each other, she doesn't remember the confession. It's a really classic scenario. But the story isn't about them. It's just nice knowing it will all continue. And that all goes for Ayumu too. It didn't get quite as much in the way of spin-offs and random episodes about their future, but knowing they're together is the big first step. And while the story is over for us, what lives on is the narrative, the spirit and heart of the story and characters. Everything will continue for them, or their friends and families. They'll live their lives and a lot of it will happen again. Or maybe not. While we don't know exactly because of the little mysteries and ups and downs of life, we can still see the patterns with a joyous end result, and that's heartwarming in its own way. I don't really know where I'm going with this, but I'd do these journeys again, and I wish the best for these fictional people. And that's all I have for today. If you liked the series, hell, if you didn't like them, share your thoughts. Don't forget to press buttons and I'll catch you next time.